Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new video that comes online. We're getting closer to 200 videos. So, little by little, we're getting closer to 200 videos. If you have any topics, put them in the comment section right there. And so let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you are thinking of a topic that you want to go over. And then hit the like button so that way you can like this video. So this video is going to be on adaptation. And I've done adaptation before, but I want to make sure that I follow it with some examples. And I'll give you some examples. It's kind of like the video that I did yesterday, the shorts that I did yesterday about adapting with age. It's the same thing. It's adaptation. And this doesn't have to be when you're older. This can be at any stage in your life. And so if you wanna reach out to me, connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Connect with me on X at Back on Basics. So, adaptation is something that I pride myself on doing. I'm not the best at it. You and I are in similar roads where, we're using our support system to get ourselves to where we're supposed to be. But adaptation is actually the difference between between our human species and most of the other species, most of the other mammals, most of the other animals. And so, but little by little, you can see that even the animals are adapting. Even the ones with a lower processing capacity, even the ones that I'll give you an example, and it's amazing because we saw this documentary on octopus or octopi, right, for plural. And it was amazing because the octopus kept on figuring out how to blend, kept on figuring out how to adapt, how to do things, how to change enough to fulfill what it needed to do. It's hard to realize that when we're thinking about adapting, we don't have to do a huge adaptation. It's just enough, right, to get us going, to making sure that we're heading in the forward direction. And sometimes we think that we have to adapt so much that we actually change directions. Remember, right? You don't want to be way in the future where you're kind of living an unrealistic life because it hasn't happened, right? You don't want to be way too much in the future, but you also don't want to be way too much in the past, because then you're going to be doing what ifs. You're going to be looking at it and say, well, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't done that. Well, it's great to reminisce and it's great to remember, but remember that middle of the road, right? Here in the present, that's where optimized decisions, where focused decisions are made. That's where the mind and the body are balanced. And so we need to bring it back. And that's one thing that I realized today at work is that, sometimes we put roadblocks in front of us and we can't move forward. Even though we know we should be going forward, we can't move forward. And I'm giving myself as an example because today I was thinking in my head, yes, I need to move forward. I need to wrap the things at work up. but I couldn't move forward because there was something or other that took place. And even though I knew that I needed to adapt to move forward, it took me a little bit to realize that adaptation was just enough, right? It's not a big adapting. It's just enough for me to course correct, just enough for me to move forward, for me to just focus, for me to be able to get to a point where I'm gonna be focused. I'm gonna be in the here and now, right? I'm gonna be in the neutral zone. I'm gonna be here. So at 10:29 p.m., right, Pacific time, I'm telling you, in the here and now, wearing my Hawaiian shirt, just thinking about how to move forward, how to progress. Because remember, life is not a race, it's a marathon. I'm going to keep on saying these things. I keep on saying these things. Sometimes you have to slow down in order for you to smell the flowers. You know, all these sayings that your parents or your family members or your friends say, you have to slow down to smell the flowers. What do they mean? Well, if you're not slowing down enough, you're not even going to see the flowers. You're not even going to see the different colored flowers. Not even enough to slow down to smell them. Because that's what happens. In psychology, we have this perception, right? And perception kind of gives us our take, our way of processing life around us. If we're going fast, like I said, oh, I have to get this done, or I have to get this, I have to move forward, but I have to do it fast. A lot of the time, some of the little things that eventually those are the things that we're going to remember. And it's essential. I'll give you an example. When our kids were younger, we took them to different places, and and now that they're 20, 21, and 20, it's amazing some of the conversations that we have, some of the deep conversations that we had, some of the memories that we share with each other. And the thing is, right, sometimes during those times, I wasn't even course correcting. I was just chugging along. And sometimes I don't remember some of the specifics that they remember. And it's amazing because I have to humble myself and say, I should have slowed down a little bit. I should have adapted a little bit. Adaptability is a huge thing to do. Remember, that separates us from most of the other animal species. Adapting. And there's some that I do, like the octopus that I told you about. They adapt. They use their brain capacity. Primates do that. There's others. The chameleon does it. It adapts to its environment. Does it do it for, to get ahead? You don't know. We have to get in its head because it does it to survive also. It's just survival instinct. We got to move out of our survival instinct ourselves as human beings, because if we're in survival instinct, then we're not going to be able to adapt because we're going to be surviving. And again, I'll go back to my example today. I was surviving. I was trying to get things done, but new things kept on piling in. People didn't realize the entire picture. They just saw that some things were not getting done. And so I said to myself, look, I'm going to get those things done within this weekend, right? And then, but at the same time, I'm setting up for next week and the week after that. And so it is amazing that we as human beings can adapt. and can use our brain capacities to adapt, can use our mind-body balance to adapt. I'm literally 211 pounds today. I'm celebrating because I'm close to 210, my goal. Remember, I've been saying this for at least 2 to 3 weeks that I want to get to 210. I'm almost there. I mean, I'm making some adaptations, right? Today, I had salad, and again, I talked about this before. Before, when I was younger, I didn't have much salad. Everything was high starch. There was a lot of different kind of food. There was high fat food. I used to eat late. I had salad and I had watermelon today, and it was great. And I'm gonna have my shake pretty soon, my turmeric and black pepper shake, and it'll be great. 210, hopefully by this weekend. And that's my goal, right? But I'm adapting along the way. I have to adapt. Weather's getting warmer. That means that my body's utilizing more of my storages to help me work throughout the day. And so it's very important to realize that adaptation is something that you should be practicing on a daily basis. You should look and say, okay, how can I adapt to focus my mind? How can I adapt to focus to get my body ready for physical activity? How am I gonna adapt so that way I'm always in the here and now so I can make the best decisions out of all the times, right? You don't want to be in the future. You don't want to be in the past. And so present moment is where you're at. And that's the reason why I'm wearing this Hawaiian shirt, because it reminds me, right? It reminds me that there has to be that balance. I know that adapting is very important, but it has to be that balance where you're able to get to a point where you're adapting times per hour, multiple times per day. And so it's amazing the things that we can do as human beings. Let's take advantage of the positives that we have, like adaptation, right? Here and now, like using psychology to think and do and think, using that kind of psychology. And again, right? Little things, right? Little adaptations. So I'm gonna give you one final example, and then that would be the end of the video. See my hair, right? My hair is growing a little bit. This week has been busy for me at work, and I love it because I've been finishing things off, and I've been I had a meeting, an IEP meeting today. It went really well. Writing was really solid. My report is really solid, looks solid. And so I'm proud of myself. I adapted because a lot of times I wasn't adapting. I thought, okay, this is the way it should be done. This is the way it should be done. This is the way it should be done today. And yesterday and these few days, I've been adapting along the way, trying to make sure that I do the best that I can do, the most optimized way that I can do. And the only ways that I can do that is through adaptation, through changing things, adapting, and making sure that I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So, a little bit shorter video, but very important topic. Remember, we as human beings have a mental capacity higher than most, if not all, of the other species on Earth. We have to embrace what we have. We have to embrace of getting to know us, right? Get to know yourself. Get to know others. Get to know your higher power. get to know your goals, and get to know how to celebrate your goals. So those are the 5 things that I've said before, and I've have individual videos for each one of those things. So again, use the here and now, the present moment, to adapt. Remember, in a race, it's going to be a little bit difficult to adapt. In a marathon, you'll be able to see the flowers along the way. You'll be able to see the different colors. You'll be able to almost slow down enough, just enough, so that way you can smell the sweet smells of the flowers. Don't forget to adapt. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 99.85. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notified of any new videos. Put any topics or any questions in the comment section. Hit the like button for this video. Adaptation. See, even my cat is waiting for me in the corner, meowing, because he knows he's trying to get my attention. A cat is trying to get my attention because he's probably either hungry or he just wants something. He wants access to the water in the bathroom. So adapt. Remember, we all can do it, but as human beings, as our species, we can do it the best. So, till next time, Back on Basics.